Hello everyone, hello. Today is the 2nd of October 2011 and you're watching Overgrowth Weekly number 42. I'm Silverfish and here today as well, as usual, is Anton.
Hey guys, how's it going?
So, yeah, what's been going on, Anton?
Lots of work, lots of modding, lots of everything. How about you?
Lots of school, and this weekend I actually went away, so that was nice. I actually have been doing too much schoolwork, apparently, because I got a migraine, which was not very nice. But now I guess I know that I can't be in school 100% of my wicked time.
Aw, too bad. Because
Yeah.
that's such a such a lovely amount of time to be at school.
Yeah, I mean, I literally, I just wake up, eat breakfast, go to school, and then I come home and like watch videos or something, like relax for like 1 hour, and then I go to sleep. And I did that for like 1 week, and then I had my attack. So lately I've been trying to take it a bit more calmly, because I don't want that to happen again. It's not very nice.
Yeah.
But anyways, we've been playing Minecraft a bit, haven't we?
Yes, there has been a fair amount of Minecraft being played lately.
Since we have this Overgrowth Weekly, we have an official Overgrowth Weekly Minecraft server right now, which I'm not going to actually... if you want to join it, just go to the secret pre-order forum for Overgrowth, and you can find the IP address in there in a post there.
And if you're not in the SPF, how do you get in?
If you're not in the SPF, the only way to get in is, you know, finding it, I guess.
If you meet us in IRC,
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll be happy to PM you the link, but we're going to try and keep it griefer free, right?
Yeah, exactly. We don't want to give it out everywhere, the IP, so that everyone knows about it, because we want only Overgrowth people to actually join. And we'll of course give it out in the post show if we actually do play Minecraft this week. I'm guessing we might. Maybe we won't.
I don't know, actually.
We'll see. In any case,
Yeah.
it's been really awesome in the Minecraft server, because we have this live updating map for the server, where you can see what's going on, and well, you've been exploring a lot, and it looks really awesome.
I did, and actually Jack the Awesome has also started exploring, and if you, I don't know when the last time you updated, but he's actually trekking from his long way away to my long way away, and yeah.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool. I actually found a new continent inside of a gigantic ocean, some 60 kilometers away from the main spawn location, basically. And I've actually built a portal there, and thanks to Tanjavik, I think Wild Boar and oh crap, I can't think, and Zeramules, they actually tunneled through the Nether the 7 kilometers that it takes to find my portal, and so there's now actually a portal connecting my my little island there, which I have circumnavigated. I used to call it a continent, but once I circled it, I realized that it's more like an island.
Yeah.
And but still, it's cool, and it's so we have a new little colony growing far away, so less prone to griefer attack for sure, because we're so far away from this spawn point.
It's just really awesome. Have they secured like the traveling in the Nether from their place to your place, or is it still very dangerous?
It's secure. I believe it's secure. I think they actually tunneled most of the way, so if you actually travel between my portal and the other portal, and I'm not sure where the portal is in the main town, but it's yeah, I mean, you basically would just walk down a corridor of nether block for, apparently it's about 20 minutes of walking. So
still a very long time though, but I'm guessing much shorter than the time it took for you to travel that whole distance.
Well, I guess the the travel time is it's in the Nether. It's 1/8 the distance that it is in the above world, whatever it's called.
Mhm.
And so yeah, so if it takes 20 minutes to walk through the Nether, that would mean that it takes 160 minutes, so 3 hours of that would be just purely moving, walking 3 hours straight in
Yeah.
one direction. So, and I know it took me a lot longer than that because I wasn't just moving. I also stopped every night, or not every night, most nights, and left little signs and stuff. I was trying to make a kind of diary along my trek. So there's sort of some little funny signposts you can read along my way.
Hmm. It's really fun doing so, but it seems like after a certain point, they just I can't read the signs from the map. That is.
I think what that is it's a certain number of times that it takes to update the server, so or the map. So I think once the map has been updated a few times, you should be able to read them. I've certainly noticed that too, that some signs don't work and then later they start working. So maybe a couple more regenerations of the map and we'll be able to see it.
Yeah, maybe. My fear though is that the map, that these signs are just too far away from the centers and they like will never work. But let's hope that's not the case. Maybe they're
Let's
just...
hope not.
Yeah. And as you said, Jack the Awesome also did a voyage, but he went in the southern direction.
Actually, that's east.
That's
Way
east?
I went is southern. Yes, it's a little confusing, and I found this out. This map is not facing the same direction as the maps in the game. So, and also what's weird is the sun in Minecraft rises in the north and sets in the south according to the maps in the game. So I was essentially following the sunset my whole trip, which as you can see is off axis in the Google Earth, the Google Maps version. So
Yeah.
it gets a little confusing at times, but
yeah, I mean, for a very long time, the north was seen as where the sunset in the north. That was basically it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
so if
okay.
you wanted to know in which direction to move, you just looked up, and then you saw in which direction the moon or sun moved, and that was north. Before the maps were invented and stuff like that. At least that's what I got taught.
Interesting. Yeah, I guess I don't really know. But
Yeah, I guess the maps in the game should probably be correct though.
Those are the ones that I refer to when I say that I went south. So,
Okay. That's good. Well,
yeah.
anyways, I think that's enough Minecraft for one Overgrowth cast. Again, if you want to join us on this server, you can just go to the Wolfire IRC at wolfire.com/IRC, right?
I think so.
And you can find the information that you need right there and join us and ask us for it.
It's also listed in the SPF, as you were saying before.
Yes, exactly. So if you have bought Overgrowth, you can go to the Secret Pre-Order forum, and there's a thread there where you can read the IP as well, and find the overview map if you want it. So that's that. That's enough Minecraft, as I said, for one Overgrowth cast.
Yeah, should we now start this hugely long agenda that we have?
Yeah, and we've already wasted like 10 minutes on something totally unrelated.
Wow,
Nice
okay. Yeah.
Let's just start out, I guess, with the weekly alpha, as we always do.
Excellent.
And this week there were some awesome changes in the weekly alpha. Am I right?
This is a huge deal, I think. Yes.
Yes, indeed. As you can see here, controller input using SDL joystick, X input path for Windows 360 controller input, and change config key binding system to be more flexible, improve the stance. All of these things are basically related to, you know, the using controllers in Overgrowth. And let me just load up a map right here.
Well, and the huge news is you can now use controllers in Overgrowth.
Yeah, exactly. And not only that, but you can also use it like in multiplayer, like
yes.
in a multiplayer kind of way.
Correct. And so multiplayer.
Yeah.
Admittedly, it is local computer multiplayer, but hey, it is multiplayer.
Yeah, indeed. And
So there's,
you know, it's a big step. He said, I think he said he was working on getting split screen in there, wasn't
yeah, he was talking about that.
he? So
Because right now, excuse me, right now, the second player has no control of the camera, so it would be very easy to run off the map, run into
yeah.
wherever you want, and yeah.
So I can actually show that to you guys here. If you just, yeah, see you have this green box here, that's the player spawn. You can actually press Control P to toggle that from being a player spawn or not, if you have it selected. So you can do that with a second spawn, and that turns green as well. And now when you start playing, the first spawn will be controlled by the controller, and the second spawn will be controlled by the mouse and keyboard. So as you can see, I'm controlling this turner, and with my WASD I can control this guy as well. And we can of course hit each other as much as we want, though it's kind of hard to me to block my attacks since I'm holding the controller right now. But yeah, basically, multiplayer. Yeah, it's official. Overgrowth has multiplayer. And it's versus,
Yes.
it's not only co-op.
Right. At least at the moment.
Yeah.
We'll have to see how it's implemented into the game, but this is a big deal, I think. So, and very exciting.
Yes,
So, you know, we were sort of talking in the pre-show that we're not sure if this is the controller support does not yet seem to be universal. It seems like the controller support is maybe just Windows only at this time. But hopefully that it will be added to the other to Mac, and when Linux is out, Linux as well.
Yeah, totally. I mean, it's a, as we've said many times, it's a huge step forward for multiplayer and stuff. So that's very exciting. I'm just, it's just too bad I moved away from home, so I can't play this with my little brother and smack him up a bit. But you know, such is life. Forever alone, I guess. Okay, so that's the controller stuff, and then we have here improved procedural stance animation. Doesn't say what improvements, but yeah, that's good. Improved AI patrol pathfinding. I haven't tested this out yet, but my hopes are that this means that the AI actually uses the pathfinding when they do their patrolling. Because as you can see in the image here right now, he has the patrol nodes all around this rabbit statue in the image here. I'm just creating the nav mesh here to test this out. Because they can't find their way around the rabbit statue when they're in patrol mode, because they don't have any pathfinding, basically. And when he says that he has improved the pathfinding, my hopes is that he actually have added pathfinding at all, because, you know, having the AI walk between two nodes, I don't know how much of pathfinding that is, since he doesn't actually find a path, he just walks.
Well, when I actually, this was actually sorry, I'm saying actually a lot. This was working, the previous alpha. If you created a nav map, then they could run around that statue. I actually had it work, and even on my own levels, I had them able to navigate around locations. So yeah, it definitely is working, and you can see it right there, that he ran around the...
Yeah. But that was because he was attacking invisible Turner over there. But as you can see here, if I move that to over there, he will actually walk around the statue now. So yeah, that's awesome. I remember for when I made my Red Dawn mod with Wolf Brother 9393, we actually had to add this in ourselves. So it's not very hard to make this work. But yeah, it's good to see it's working now, because I don't know, it just feels so bad when I'm making a level and I need to add like 50 of these freaking navigation points just to make the character understand where to go. But so it's very, very nice to see that it's working now.
Yep, very cool.
And next we have bullet uses single-sided collision again, fixes objects getting stuck in the ground. I don't quite remember when he switched to double-sided collision, but yeah, I'm guessing he changed it back because you know, objects were getting stuck in the ground when they hit it too hard. They would literally get stuck in the ground and make weird noises and stuff, which was very annoying.
Right.
Does this? Do you know if this negates some, you know, good thing that he had when he did have the double-sided collision?
I'm afraid I don't know, to be honest.
Yeah, me neither. But
yep.
Let's hope it doesn't. Let's hope it's still awesome. But I do like single-sided collisions more. Not only because it feels more optimized to me, but also because when I get stuck inside of an object, I can now jump out of it, which I couldn't do before when they were double-sided. I actually tried doing that, and it just didn't work. So I became very sad panda. What I'm talking about is when I'm inside of this thing, if I ragdoll, I should be able to ragdoll out of it. No, I actually can't. I actually die when I try to do that. Weird. Okay, never mind then. Next we have added initial auto camera option in config.txt. So what you do is you go to activate this. You go to, let's just go to my computer. Okay, there you go. If you're on Windows, you just go to your documents and then you go to Wolfire and then Overgrowth, data, and then config.txt, and that opens up this right here. And in here you can set auto camera to true. It's false by default. And what that does is, let me just see if I can find that. Oh, let's just do that. Okay, there we go. It's made for the controller support that they added. So if you're using a controller and run, you see the camera automatically follows the character, you know, facing in the direction that he is running. And now there's an invisible enemy here, as you can probably not see because he's invisible. But when you're in combat, it actually follows the enemy around, so it kind of locks onto the enemy, so you won't lose track of him.
Right.
Which is nice. And then of course you can also move the camera around with the right thumbstick. And this works also for when you're using a mouse and keyboard, but that makes less sense, I guess.
It feels a little weird in mouse and keyboard world.
Yeah, it does. So that's what that does, and that's how you activate it. So that's really cool. It's one of those controller things that will be needed when you have like proper split screen stuff going on. So that's nice.
Well, it's also for people who don't have a right thumbstick, which apparently some controllers don't have. So it would allow those people to still get around. So.
Yes, indeed. And next we have joystick and control second playable character if there is one, like I showed you. That was the first thing I showed you because that's the most awesome feature. And that's the end of the changelog. So really awesome stuff this week. I think he's actually been talking about that he's adding more stuff, like we've been talking about. I don't remember where he wrote it. I think he wrote it in a tweet for last week or something. But he said that he's working on split screen support as well.
Right.
Or that he at least wants to get it in there for some multiplayer prototyping, if I remember correctly. So if we're lucky, we're going to see some split screen in next week's alpha, which is going to be super awesome.
Yes.
Yes, indeed. So that's this week's weekly alpha. Next week we have 151, so let's hope there is some split screen in that. Next we have the Fanart Watch for this week, where we take a look at what the community has been up to in terms of creating fan art for Overgrowth. And we don't have too much fan art this week. We have this image here by Fidshell. Let me open up this in a new tab. And then I'll pull that away over there so I can read that for you. So this image, he writes, "So I watched this movie recently where I was presented with a very interesting concept. The main baddie had extremely powerful exoskeleton-like armor sewn into his flesh. I tried to recreate this in evil bunny form and tonfa blade things."
Yes.
So yes, indeed. I think this looks cool. I think this looks cool. I like this.
I do. I can't imagine that having an exoskeleton sewed onto your skin would feel all that exciting, but I suppose it does offer you some cool protection.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense in a medieval world, because if someone tried this, they would just, you know, get infections and die. But you know, for some sci-fi bunny stuff, it's pretty awesome. And this sketch is just super cool as well, you know, just on its own.
Yes, I like it. The tonfa thing look a little scary because, man, the way you use tonfa when if they have blades on that, it's so easy to accidentally stab yourself.
What is tonfa?
Tonfa they're a Japanese weapon. They're usually made of wood, and they have a handle and then sort of a club along them. And actually, American police carry a modernized version of that, sort of a club with a side handle, basically.
I see.
So yeah.
So it's like a baton, if that's how it's pronounced.
Baton.
Baton.
Yes.
Okay.
Baton. Yes. It's like only. It was originally designed for crushing rice or something like that. So.
But then they discovered that it's also very useful for crushing skulls.
As many of the Japanese, famous Japanese weapons have been done, you know.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of Japanese weapons are derived from farming tools. Anyway,
cool.
That's enough.
Sounds like you know lots of stuff about Japanese stuff.
Well, I did study Japanese for 4 years in high school and another year in college, and yeah.
Awesome. So once again, that was an image made by Fidshell. So very nice work by him. Next we have an image by Mr. Tuxedo. He says, I noticed there wasn't a lot of fan art about the game's UI, so I thought once you select a race to play or a campaign, it should zoom down to eye level. This is a picture of someone standing in a wheat field looking down a road into the fertile valley right after sunset, waiting to do a night mission. And the red squiggly symbols would be like a level select. And he didn't add a character because it didn't seem to fit in. So yeah, this is like a fan concept art, I guess, for
right.
Overgrowth, like a level selection screen. And yeah, it looks very concepty. I don't really know what to say about the style because I don't think it looks very professional at all. No offense, but yeah, it's a cool concept. I like the idea that it would like zoom down to eye level once you have selected a. I'm guessing he means that you should select like a part of a campaign or something like that. So,
well, I think, or if there were, you know, multiple campaigns, you could select them. I think that's what he was saying is like, if there's a wolf mission, you select the wolf mission and then it zooms into all, or like a wolf campaign from the overworld and then it zooms into the specific levels that you can take, basically.
Oh yeah, that would be awesome actually. Like, it would like zoom down and then you would see all the different, like, and maybe there would be a forest in one place and like a mountain over there, and then the levels would be like load out. They would be load out on the geometry. So yeah,
something like that, basically.
That would be awesome.
So I think it's an interesting idea. You know, that the whole user interface for a menu system is always, you know, it's in a game like this, since it is going to have a menu system and it's not going to just be an open world, having a menu that really fits the theme and the style of what you're trying to emulate really starts to get you into the game before you start playing. So I actually think that something like this could be a very cool way to sort of let you know where you're going, that kind of thing. So
yeah,
I think it's cool.
Yeah, really cool idea. Very important with the user interface actually. And that's once again, made by Mr. Tuxedo, so nice work there. And that's the end of the Fanart Watch for this week. Only 2 ones this week. I know you guys can do more. I know there are some of you guys who are, you know, have made awesome stuff several times before, and you didn't make it this week, so like, what's going on, man? What's going on? What's up?
Well, I don't, even though I think it's over, I don't think it's really over. Let's continue.
Oh yeah, let's continue. So yeah, we have a character model. We talked about this one last week. And Andridge has been working more on his Bear Clan character. Actually, yeah, Bear Clan 3D model character. And I think the stage he was at last week was this stage. Like, he was at stage 2, right? Just
yes,
shiny bear stage.
Yes, exactly.
And since then, he has started a high poly detailed sculpt in a Mudbox, which you can see here. And there's like, he has these animations, I think. No, this is an animation? No? Okay. This one was an animation.
Yeah, some of them are animated and some of them are not. I think it says whether or not you can click for animated GIFs.
Yeah, he says I can click it for animated GIF, but it doesn't animate. Or maybe it just waits for a long time before something happens. I don't know. Oh, it did change, but it took too long. I'm sorry.
Oh, but it shows the details coming in and out too. It's kind of cool. On the back, you can see the detail. Like, actually, on both, if you watch it, the muscles start to define.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's some subtle animation, but it's actually really cool.
Oh, I see. It was probably just loading the animation, and I couldn't see the changes because it was loading too slowly. But
Probably.
there I see. Yeah, that's nice. Strong bear is strong.
Yes.
Wow. But the most awesome one is the most recent one, in my opinion, where he has fur and stuff.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Basically, it's starting to look really awesome.
It is definitely starting to look cool. I'm excited to see how this turns out.
Yeah, me too. I'm sure it'll be great. I just hope he doesn't lose his motivation. But yeah, so go man, go Andridge. Keep doing this stuff. We want to see this bear in the game. We're looking forward to that, man.
Yes, we do.
And we will continue to follow Andridge and his bear in the coming weeks. So look forward to that. And next we have another image. So these two are kind of related to the Fanart Watch, but just because I don't want to forget about them, I have added them as separate elements since they are not in the Fanart Watch thread. So here we have an image, an Overgrowth desktop wallpaper by Jägermeister Detox. And he actually made this initially as a loading screen for Overgrowth that he wanted to have in the game. And he's going to animate the rabbit, but right now he says it works very, very well as a nice desktop background. And this is, you can find this in the SPF actually.
Yep.
Have you looked at this, Anton, before?
I have looked at it. I really like the sort of inverse color. It's sort of like the shadows are in white and making the rabbit stick out. I personally don't like black backgrounds so much, so I wouldn't ever use it as a desktop, but I think the rendering of the rabbit is awesome.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's too much black, even though I sometimes like... I don't like fully black desktops. I think it should have some kind of color variation for me to want to use it. But I really like the idea of having the two-colored rabbit as well. I think it looks awesome.
Yeah, the duotone is definitely interesting looking, and the way that it highlights the shape. It actually gives it a three-dimensional feel, which is awesome.
Yeah. It really is. And so he's planning on animating this guy, so he's going to do like the small breathing comet pose animation, I'm guessing. So that's going to be pretty cool.
Yep, that would definitely be an interesting... it would be an interesting loading screen. So we'll have to see what happens.
Yeah. We certainly will. And that, once again, was a wallpaper by Jägermeister Detox. And next we have a... actually, I have this project preview here because I forgot to actually remove this one. Let's see, because I think this tutorial was released, wasn't it?
Oh, was it?
I'm pretty sure I saw that it was released, but I might have forgotten to add it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was released. Let's find it. Tutorial. Okay, so here it is. I actually have this on the agenda somewhere, I think. Tutorial.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, it's right below.
Yeah, it's right below apparently. It's funny because when I added this, I was like, this is made by Last. Last usually makes you know, lots of stuff. So let's look for his name in the items that are above. And so I just looked and I saw Last in the in the item above, and then I added it just below that because it was, you know, made by the same guy. And then it was actually the same thing it was about even. So yeah.
Oops.
Yay me. So. Last made a tutorial on how to make custom terrains in L3DT and how to, you know, get them into Overgrowth. So that's really awesome. Really awesome. He has a 30-minute long video showing quite detailed in 1080p if you so wish how to go about actually using L3DT to create, you know, some awesome level stuff. So very nice job by Last. I'm sure this tutorial will be really useful. As you can see towards the end, it actually shows you how to import it into the game as well. The bad thing about this though is that there is no audio commentary on it, so you just have the video, but that's actually, in my opinion, better than both, you know, images and text. But I'm sure some people would have enjoyed the audio on top of that. So that's unfortunate.
Well, yeah, it could be worse.
Yeah, it could definitely be a lot worse.
I think it's cool that he's making these previews. I mean these tutorials. Man, what am I saying? Tutorials. I think they should be really helpful. And you can, if you go and you look at some of the levels that he's already made, they all use custom terrain, so he's already done a very good job of using this technique, so it's exciting.
Yeah, I hope this will result in us seeing more custom terrains in Overgrowth. That would be sweet.
Yep.
So well done by Last making this tutorial. I'm trusting you guys will actually make some more custom terrains from now on. Awesome.
You better.
Yeah, you better, now that you have this awesome 30-minute tutorial. Yeah, the awesome thing about that though is he doesn't... I just need to talk more about this because it's so awesome.
Okay.
I really like that he didn't just tell you how to import a level and what program to use, he actually shows you how to use the program as well. So when you do this tutorial, you will not only be able to make like a mountain that looks like a piece of, like, a pile of shit and get into the game, you will actually be able to make, you know, nice terrain because you can see the techniques he uses and how he uses them and then how to get that into the game. So yeah, right. Once again, awesome stuff by Last.
Yep.
I love Last.
Yay, Last.
Yay. Next, we have a mod that we actually have been talking about before. It's the linear level kit by Zeramulis that he updated for this week's alpha so that you could have that mod in your mod, right? Is that the idea?
No, I think it was just he wanted to update it. It was just in my mod I said there were broken levels because of the missing linear level kits, and it just sort of urged him to redo it, although he said he had been thinking about redoing it anyway. So it's unfortunately something I can't include in my mod simply because it breaks every week. So unless he committed to updating it every week, which I think is a lot of work, it's still something I have to leave out of mine.
Yeah, which is too bad, because, you know, it's awesome, but for those people who do want the linear level kit, as I said, it's awesome. You should get it and try it out. Basically what it does, it makes... yeah, it gives lethal materials and checkpoints, right?
Yeah, those are the two main things it does.
Yes, so it allows you to create blocks that when you stand on them you die, and you can also create, not just blocks, it can be an item basically in the game, and you can also create blocks that when you stand on them your position is saved, so if you die you will respawn at that position.
Right.
Which is, you know, a good tool for people who want to make levels with checkpoints and places you're not supposed to be.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's very cool.
Yes, indeed. Next we have a level, the Gate of Aesund by Saxor, who, for the record, does not suck. Let me center my Overgrowth window again, and then I shall load this level. It's located in Forgotten Plains, yes indeed. This is Saxor's first level. Have you played this level, Anton?
No, I have not yet played it.
It's actually
unfortunately
pretty cool for being his first level, I have to say. He used, well, one block type in the entire level, basically.
Right.
But it still looks awesome, especially at a distance. It looks very... yeah, that sounds very good, doesn't it? It looks very good if you're at a distance, and if you kind of squint, it looks kind of okay. No, but seriously, it looks very good at a distance. And what's missing is basically the details, but he said that he didn't want to add the details because it would pull down the FPS of the level. It would be too demanding for it, he thinks. And it really is. I'm down at 30 FPS right now with just one block type for the main constructions.
Right.
So right now this is mainly an art level, but there is one enemy on it, and of course you can throw in your own enemies to fight against.
It looks great though. I mean, it really does have a very sort of epic feeling to it, and it looks like a lot of places you can go and explore, which I think is fantastic.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, yeah, as I said, it's really fun to just do that, to just explore. Oh, I fell down. So here's the single enemy on the level.
You fell?
Yes, I fell.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, let's continue and go back to flying mode. I want to show you this level because it looks awesome. There are actually trees, and there is not only one block type. There are actually these blocks here as well, and these here. It's kind of weird because he said we have had levels before that are actually made out of just one block type, right?
Yes.
And he said in his post that this level was made out of literally one block type. Like literally one block type. And when
maybe
I
he
opened
just
the
meant...
level up, I mean...
maybe he just means one type of block, or, you know, it all looks like it's Cat City pieces or something like that for the most part.
Nah, I mean these rocks and these trees are not Cat City stuff.
True. So, unless
But
that's
yeah.
left over from the level before he added on to it.
That's possible, I guess. But, you know, in general, this is an awesome level in any case. I just found that really funny because, yeah, we have had levels like that before, and I was like, oh, we really just used one block type? And then it didn't. But yeah, I'm just flying around here showing you guys how this level's looking right now. And as you can see, all that's missing is just the details.
Yeah, I think it's a cool level, for sure.
Yeah, it's a very cool concept. Like, if you look at it from far away, you can see that it really works together very nicely. And it would be very fun to have this as a proper level. The problem, though, is that it's kind of too much, at least right now. we're hoping that the game will be more optimized when it's getting released, so levels like these will be possible. But right now they just aren't, sadly. Something he could do, just as a tip, I mean, tips is Swedish. Stretching the blocks. Like, don't use for this part right here. You're using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 blocks. You could, if you have a block that has a repeating texture, you can just move all of those and stretch this block instead. As you can see, it doesn't look very nice right now because this block does not have a repeating texture on it, a so-called detail texture. But if it would look better. It still wouldn't look perfect, but it would look at least better, and the level will work much faster because the thing that brings it down right now is just the amount of objects. So even though the object is just 6 sides, if you have 100 of them, the game will not be very happy about it. It will be much more happier, if you just stretch them out and, reuse one object as much as you can. So that's a tip to make your levels more smooth. I guess that's tip of the week or something like that.
I think you need to make a segment every week, the tip of the week.
Yeah, I think so too, until I run out of tips.
You'll never run out of tips.
I will though.
No, you won't. No, yeah. Just make them really small tips.
Yeah, that's fine. I think it's actually a good idea. I'll see. Maybe I'll sit down, and if I can come up with at least 10 tips or something like that, I'll make a segment for Overgrowth Week called Tip of the Week.
Awesome.
To make Overgrowth a better modding place or something like that, like better mapping thingy stuff. But yeah, this level made by Saxor once again. Very nice. It was his first level, so very well done on that. The level was called The Gate of Aesund. Yeah, nice job, man.
Yes.
Nice job. Looking forward to seeing more from this guy.
Absolutely.
And next we have more level stuff. We actually have Zramulis, who has made a level pack where he has remade the 4 first challenges for Lugaru. So he says, I remade the first 4 challenges in Lugaru. This is compatible with Anton's main menu mod. You just need to have it installed before you install these challenges. So what you do is you install first the main menu mod by Anton, and then you install this mod, and these maps will show up in the thingy where you pick your freaking custom map.
Yes, although you can run them without running my mod. You just have to type in the level names manually.
Mm-hmm. So have you played these?
I have played these, yes.
So what can you say about them?
Well, if you are at all nostalgic for playing Lugaru while playing Overgrowth, these definitely have a very strong resemblance to the original game, except for it somehow feels like you've taken Lugaru and gone from like a 2D side scroller to a beautifully rendered 3-dimensional game. It's actually really cool. It feels very familiar, but it's also much more difficult than in Lugaru. So it's actually kind of a fun challenge, especially challenge number 4. Right now, it's quite difficult. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, he did some very cool things that immediately I started using the same tactics that I used when playing Lugaru, playing those 4 levels. Yeah.
And that's a good sign.
And that's a very good sign. Yeah, definitely. So, I think it's awesome. It's like a reboot of Lugaru.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure when Overgrowth is released, we'll see like a challenge pack for that as well with all the Lugaru levels, and I'm sure the Lugaru mods will be ported to Overgrowth as well, so I'm really looking forward to when that happens. But in the meantime, we can play these 4 levels. Do you know if Zermolis is going to remake any more levels, or is
that I don't know. I think he said he was going to try and do all 10 of the challenge maps, but it's more than 10, isn't it? It's been a while. Lugaru doesn't. Is it 2015 something?
I'm actually not sure. I have finished all of them. I'm sure someone in the chat will tell us how many there are though. But there are a few. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I think that it would be very cool to see those levels all come back. But if you haven't tried his pack, don't be surprised if they feel very familiar and yet much more difficult.
Mm-hmm.
So, level 4, for example, which if you can see in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen that we're looking at, that level is the one where it's the first time that the wolf is introduced in the challenges. There's a person in the original with a staff, a person with a sword, and then another person with a knife. And he's replaced the staff with a spear, since it's the closest he had. Mm-hmm. But the sword and the spear in Overgrowth and the wolf are much more powerful than they were in Lugaru. So just trying to get the weapons away from those characters is difficult, and because he's included the navigation maps, as soon as they're hurt, they go running for their friends, and it makes it very easy to suddenly have a wolf, a sword, and a spear all chasing you down at the same time, and you can't really defeat it. Even the jump kick doesn't really work against the spear. He can still stab you in the air. So, yeah, be prepared for a challenge when you try these maps.
Yeah, I haven't tried these maps unfortunately yet. I just didn't have time when I got home because my bus got delayed. Blah. But anyways, I am going to try them out because, yeah, I'm quite excited about it. I'm quite excited about these maps. Nixitor in the chat just told us there are 14 challenges. He checked, and Mad the Sane actually said that there were 14 before. So thanks, guys. 14
so there
challenges.
You go. So if Zeramules does create all of the maps, that will be, quite interesting.
Yeah. He didn't create any custom terrains for these, did he?
No. So the terrains don't match perfectly, but it kind of almost doesn't matter somehow. It still feels close enough. Okay. He found very good spots in each of the levels that he used to make it really still feel like you were in like I said, that's what sort of made it feels very nostalgic, but it's also definitely its own. They are their own levels. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to level number 3, actually. Yeah. That was one of my favorite levels. Anyways. So this level... Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just going to say that was one that I used to always like using the throwing knife in that level. And he's modded in knives, but they are not weapons. They are. They're held like weapons and they look like weapons, but they don't have custom animations. So... but
what animations do they use?
Just the normal fighting animations.
Oh, I see. So you can just hold them.
So you can hold them, but they don't do weapon damage. They just do normal damage.
That's too bad.
But they look cool, and when they drop it and you watch it go flying away, it's awesome. And you can throw them by flipping and dropping the knife. And it feels like Lugaru, and chances are you missed anyway in Lugaru when you flip and threw the knife. So,
yeah.
Actually, the first time I did that, because I do flip and throw it a lot in Lugaru, the first time I did that in the Overgrowth version, I was like, what? No, that hit him. And I was like, oh yeah, there is no damage for that in Overgrowth yet.
Oh, that's too bad.
So,
It's kind of cool though. Like I'm just gonna go on a bit of a unrelated thing here, but that you can flip and drop the weapon to kind of throw it right now. It would be kind of cool if that's how it just worked in when the game is done. You just flip and drop the weapon, which would make him throw it, or something like that.
yeah. It could be an interesting way to do it.
Yeah. Well, anyways, totally unrelated, but still, just a thought. This is the what am I call it? First four challenges in Lugaru level pack by Zeramulis. Yeah, highly recommended, especially if you played Lugaru.
Yes.
If you didn't play Lugaru, they're just some really cool arenas with rabbits in them and a wolf that you can kill.
If you're lucky.
Yes, or maybe you can't kill them. You know, depends. But still, awesome mod. So well done by Zeramulis. Next,
Very cool.
we have, let's see, we have something that I call a tool. We have a mod of a mod. Basically, well, it's not a mod for a mod, it's a tool for a mod. So
Yes.
Samus Aran made a tool, a program that you can use for Windows and Mac to download Anton's main menu mod, right? That's what it does, am I right?
Correct. Correct.
So with
And
this,
update it as well.
yes, exactly. So with this, you just download this application, and then you run it, and it will automatically download the mod, put it in the right locations, and if a update to the mod is released with more maps or updated maps, those will be, you know, downloaded and it will update and all that stuff. So yeah, just
Correct.
an awesome mod.
It is very
program
cool.
thing.
What's yes. Yeah. It's yeah, it's kind of cool. The program, unfortunately for Windows, he had to create a little workaround because of permission settings. It wouldn't just run without allowing some permission settings. So the Windows one is a little more complicated than he wanted it to be, because it's actually the same jar file. It runs a JavaScript file, Java file. I don't know which it is.
It's just Java.
Java. So it runs a Java file which runs natively on either platform. The only difference is the Windows version has to allow permission to run it in a different way. So yeah. And actually, if you use this downloader, installer / updater, I have actually already updated this version of the mod to include these 4-level Lugaru packs. So you can actually just run this right now and get those maps installed if you're already using my mod. It would be a pretty quick update.
Nice.
So the only thing I can say about it is that we did run into some issues downloading shadow maps, simply because of the number of files that the shadow maps create. This can't download and install it. So I'm still trying to figure out the best way to deliver the shadow maps.
Mm-hmm.
But go ahead.
No, I was just going to say maybe you could have maybe it could like zip the shadow maps or something like that before it downloads it or something.
That's what we were talking about. But so that will probably be an update to this, is that it can download a zip and unzip the files correctly. That will definitely save both on bandwidth for everyone and the number of files issue that we're having. So.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So we'll see how that works.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll work it out. I mean, this mod that you have made, it feels like it's going to be around for quite a while, so I'm sure Samus Aran will have motivation to keep updating his tool for this mod.
He seemed like he is interested in doing it, so yeah.
Awesome. So that's the main menu downloader, I think I call it. Let's see. Yeah, main menu mod downloader. Main menu mod downloader by Samus Aran 3. And that's the end of the humongous community segment for this week. And we have 5 minutes left for the side note segment and the news segment. This week with the side note segment, let's actually try to keep it quick just because that's what it's for. Okay, so first we have this weekly script dump by Learn More, where this is a tool for scripters for Overgrowth. So if you script for Overgrowth, you can use this to see... okay, actually it didn't work this week apparently, but previous weeks it has worked. And it'll tell you what you can do with the scripting for Overgrowth. And next we have the Last's Blood mod. It adds more blood to Overgrowth, so if you enjoy blood, download and install this mod.
Yep.
And then we have Corbane's mount that he has been working on. He has just updated. He has been talking about some, what's been going on in his life, basically. Yeah, not a whole lot new stuff on the mount, unfortunately, but he does show off some stuff from his game he's making. Yeah. Basically, he has been doing some planning on his mount mod, and hopefully he will get to doing the actual mod quite soon.
Yep.
And then we have Last's tab mod that was updated for Alpha 150. This is a mod that gives you access to more objects in the object browser in Overgrowth. It's if you know when you load an object, you have the O2 tab. It adds more objects to that tab, because that tab was originally actually made by Last, and it just got included in the official alphas. So this is an update to that mod.
Very cool.
Yes, indeed. And then we have a small mini mod by Last as well, called No Death. Some guy just asked, is there a setting which disables death? And Last was nice enough to make a mod that actually does that. Disables death. So, well done, Last. And that's the end of the community side note segment. This place where we talk about community stuff in a very short and timely manner.
Today it was 2 minutes.
Oh yeah, and now we have 3 minutes left for the news segment. Go! First we have a blog post. So, Humble Frozen Synapse bundle. You probably know that the Wolfire guys were the guys who came up with the Humble bundle thingy they have going on, where they sometimes release a bundle of video games that you can buy for whatever price you want. This time it's not so much a bundle as it is a video game, though. But you can still pay as much as you want, and if you pay over the average, you get the Humble Frozen Bite bundle as well, which consists of Trine Shadowground Survivor, Shadowground, Splot, and Jack Claw.
Right. And now, of course, they have added Trauma to the actual bundle. It's an additional game. One which I have not played since purchasing it, but I did play it at Indiecade last year, and Trauma is an excellent game. It is very cool, very artistic, and totally worth checking out. I'm really happy that I have it and will have the chance to enjoy the game, because it is a very cool feeling.
Mm-hmm. I actually haven't played Trauma at all. I don't know what it is. I just looked at some images of it, and well, some image, I think one image, and it looked cool. So I'm looking forward to playing it. Like now that I do have the game, I don't feel the need to actually look up stuff about it. I just need to get the time so I can play it.
I actually would highly recommend that, because it's a point and click with gestures game, and kind of a searching game. So if you watch too much, you are going to lose some of the experience. And it really is. It's not a, it's not an action game. It's a thinking game, an artistic game. So, yeah.
Maybe it would be suitable for streaming.
Hmm. I don't know the answer to that. You might want to try it before you do that, because I would say it's maybe not suitable for that.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay.
And
And if you change your mind, then maybe we stream it next week or during the week.
or maybe I'll just stream it, yeah, during the week sometime.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, the main attraction in this bundle is Frozen Synapse that you get. You can pay what you want and you get Frozen Synapse. And yeah, Frozen Synapse, it's an awesome video game. I'm not like Frozen Synapse, the kind of game that is. I like the idea of the game and all that. The problem is that I think it's just too slow for me or something like that. I don't know what it is, but I haven't even like, I really like the game, but I don't think I would enjoy playing it, if you know what I mean.
Oh really? I
Like,
haven't had time to finish
for,
it.
Like, I would enjoy playing it, but I wouldn't enjoy playing it for too long of a time. I wouldn't be the guy who played Frozen Synapse like regularly for a year or something like that.
Well, what's interesting with Frozen Synapse is that when you go into their multiplayer thing, it actually has turns that are waiting for you, which sort of implies to me that this isn't a game that you have to sit down and spend hours playing every time you want to play a game. You could actually, spend 5 minutes and make some moves on a few games and then leave it for a day or something. And yeah, so that aspect of it is sort of interesting to me, that it's not you're not forced to spend a lot of time doing it all the time. You could actually have multiple games going on at the same time.
That's awesome.
That's kind of cool. And the concept of the game, I think, is great. I love the turn-based tactics and everything. I'm not good at it, though. I can tell you that. I'm not good at it yet. So,
yeah, I have only played some of the tutorial for this game so far. I have seen some videos of it though, so I know how it works. I don't think the tutorial was actually very necessary for me. But anyways, that's how far I got so far. So maybe you and I should should go against one another, and we'll see who's the better Frozen Synapser.
Yeah, hard to say, because I'm certainly not good at it yet. So, but it is I really like it. I think I'm like 5 or 6 levels into the campaign, maybe 7 levels into the campaign. So I haven't even started using all the different weapons yet. And I think that makes a difference too. So, yeah, definitely looking forward to playing it some more. And I will definitely challenge you.
Yeah.
If you want to play.
Maybe we can do it. Do you think it's too slow to do it, like in post-show?
I don't know. I've been thinking about it, that it would be fun to play in post-show. I'm just worried that I'm not going to make a very good example of how to play this game since I'm so new to it,
I think it'll make for funny situations.
That very well may be.
Yeah, so we'll see. Maybe that'll happen. We will see.
Yeah.
But the thing that I was most excited about when I saw this bundle was that you actually get the soundtrack as well. And I really enjoy the music that this guy makes. I've actually bought his 2 albums called Impeccable Micro and what's the other one called? The other one is called... I don't remember what it's called. Damn it. Well, anyways, he's called underscore and snare underscore when he makes those albums. And when he's making the music for this video game, he's called Nervous Test Pilot. And I just like his music a lot, so I'll probably be putting this soundtrack on my cell phone as well for listening.
Awesome.
So yeah, that's the Humble Frozen Synapse bundle. You should get it because, you can pay whatever you want, and it's just awesome. It's an awesome game.
It is. I agree.
And of course, if you pay over half and you missed the Frozen Byte bundle, you get these 5 games as well, which is probably totally worth it. So, go get it, man. Go get it. Humblebundle.com.
Yep. And how many days are left?
How many days left? Let's check it out. There are 10 days and 2 hours and 55 minutes and 9 seconds remaining.
Nice.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
And then we have another blog post which says that Tron was added to Humble Frozen Synapse bundle. So not really a lot to say there because you already knew that.
I kind of jumped the gun. Sorry.
No problem. I was going to mention it anyway. And then we have a tweet. David says that he's profiling ragdoll physics using VTune to see where the performance can be improved. And this means that he's using one of his fancy programs to see where most of the performance is being drained when the ragdolls are active. So in the next week's alpha, we will see more optimized ragdolls. Yay!
Yay!
We've actually had a lot of people, like, I guess from time to time there has been, actually like every week almost, there has been someone at least one guy that's like, the ragdoll slowed my game down. Why does it do that? Like I press Z and I lose half my FPS. Why does that happen? Yeah, it's because the game is unoptimized, but it's getting there. It's getting optimized.
Yep, weekly. Yeah, you're right. It seems like every week new people join, and that's their first question: is this runs badly on my computer? Why don't I have a full game?
Yes, exactly.
And unfortunately, as we will continually say in the SPF, the game is unoptimized and it's alpha. So
yes, indeed. It will get better. Like it will work on more computers. It won't work on all computers, but it will work on more computers. So just hang in there, man. We're actually very lucky to have this weekly alpha here. Yes, indeed. And that's the end of the news segment, and that's the end of the Overgrowth weekly.
Yes, it is.
So, should we talk about those things that we got, perhaps?
I think we should. Maybe we can come up with a way to use those things. Maybe a community idea, and then we use it next week.
Okay, so you're saying we should ask these guys what we should do, and next week we
fulfill that wish, maybe? I don't know.
That's an idea. So we have 2 keys for the Humble Frozen Synapse bundle that we got from Jeff, am I right?
Yep, Jeff donated 2 bundle keys for us to give away during the show. And we only found out about it and started talking about it shortly before the show today. So we did not come up with a fun way to give them away, but we would like to reward you guys somehow. So send us your suggestions on how we should decide who gets our 2 keys.
Yeah, and then we'll, do that next week. I don't know, maybe I don't know, something. Use your imagination. I'm sure you're more imaginative than we are, so...
Yeah.
Maybe the guy who comes up with the best idea will get the keys.
Perhaps. Or maybe the person who comes up with the best idea gets a key, and then the person that fulfills that best idea gets a key. So
that's a good idea, Anton. The problem is that then we would have to give one of those keys to you because you just came up with that idea.
Oh, but I bought the bundle before the bundle even started, so...
Oh, man. Crazy, man. Yeah, I'm just kidding, though. But yeah, that's actually a good idea. The guy comes up with the best idea to give away the other key will get one of the keys.
Yes. Unless they already have it, in which case they could then give it to whoever they would like, or donate it. So... maybe we should start a blog post. We'll start it, or not a blog post, a thread. We'll start it in the Wolffire forum thread, and send us your ideas there. And next Sunday we will give away 2 keys.
Yeah. So will we pick the best idea during the week, and then that idea has to be fulfilled during the week, and then we'll give them both away next week?
I think we'll have to see how the conversation proceeds. If you are interested in winning one of these keys, be sure to keep checking in to that thread during the week, because that will be where we finalize the rules. And if something becomes quite apparent during that week that happens before Sunday, it may happen that both keys are given away by Sunday. But if it's something where it might happen during Overgrowth Weekly, or something that happens during the post show, or something that happens some other way, you know, it could be the other way. So keep a watch on this new thread that it sounds like Silverfish is madly typing away right now. So
yes, indeed.
Yeah, well, yeah, some people think that we should give away one key next week and one key the following week. But again, just keep following that thread, and we will let you know as the week goes along what we decide.
Yeah, as you probably hear, we haven't decided at all what what we're going to do with this. So we're basically very open to anything, and the best idea will get one key, and the guy, yeah, whatever that idea is. It doesn't even have to be a competition. Just use your imagination. Yep. And it doesn't matter if you already have the bundle, you get the key anyway, so you can give it away to someone you like or whatever.
I'm sure your girlfriend wants to play Frozen Synapse with you because she wants to prove how much smarter she is at tactical combat than you are.
Yes, indeed.
Just ask her. She'll tell you I'm right.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that's the end of Overgrowth Weekly. Yeah, I think that's it, right? So
I think so.
I hope you guys will come back next week for episode number 43. It's going to be pretty awesome. Maybe we'll see some split screen by then. But yeah, we'll see you guys next week. Bye bye.
See you guys. Bye.